Well, good morning. We got quite the late start today. Actually, what time is it?
It's 1 o'clock, so good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Some people are clean as you go. I'm more of a build as you go and let it all get to be a disaster and become overwhelming. So we spent the morning cleaning up. That's why we have a fire going on behind us, burning all of our scrap wood, all of the trash that's been lying around. But today, we're building something really exciting. We had a storm come through last night that really blew everything around and knocked our tarp down, but it really gives you a chance to see the outdoor kitchen without it being covered up by the shade, and we're getting much nicer weather, so it's nice to have it opened up. But today we're going to be working on building the forms to pour the concrete countertop. Never done a concrete countertop, first time for everything. But let's start with the forms. So these are basically the edge formwork. Grab a clamp.
Okay.
And it also gives us something to build one up to the very edge, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Clamp it on there. Oh, they're really curved. Why are they so curved?
How low should I be? Like halfway?
Right in the center.
I'm trying to look confident.
You're learning, it's okay. Give it another go.
I'm really not
give
the
it a
best
whack.
at this.
There you go. Very good.
Oh, there we go. I did it.
Wow. Oh, looks nicer? Yeah. I think that's the right amount of a countertop overhang, right? I think that looks good. So the concrete will go right to the edge of that board.
Sure.
Sure.
I don't know what's standard.
All right, give it a go.
The weather right now is a complete game changer. It has been so miserably hot, which has made it really, really hard to be out here working. I've been avoiding it as much as possible because the heat just makes me crazy, but today is perfect.
All right, so I'm going to be screwing down here and here.
Okay. You took my job.
Yeah, sorry. So the purpose of these boards is to give a little bit of an overhang on the concrete countertop, and then also to have a nailer to nail the board that will hold all of the, concrete in the form. And then we need to come back in and basically do a little bit of the same thing in each of these voids to have a place to nail a board to hold the concrete so that's floating above all of these little cubby holes here. Pick up that end. exactly square boards. Do you know why? Because I don't
Rain?
exactly know. No, the walls are not exactly square.
Oh.
Because it's my first time doing this.
Blame it on the board. It's pretty sturdy.
So the funny thing is that the whole reason that I started the outdoor kitchen project as far as timing is just because I had the thought one morning of, you know what, I really miss making coffee outside. And since our previous outdoor kitchen was destroyed, this always was in the plans as far as to be done, but it didn't really feel like a priority until that moment. All right. These up just with like props from underneath.
Yeah.
What's going on? My goodness. Getting them out is going to be the problem.
Yeah.
Everything gets recycled over and over and over again. So you've got nails sticking out that I forgot to take out. This one, for some strange reason, has burns on it. I don't even know what we used that for.
Who knows?
And then the boards that I'm cutting up are just at the end of their life. So they'll work well for this. And then after this, can't really reuse them anymore. Man, you can really feel it kind of coming to life now. Now that there's a little surface on here. I think once we pour that concrete countertop, it's going to be really, really nice. This is quite large though. Like cooking right here, you're going to have a lot of space to set things. You can even do like a bar seating or something on this side at least.
That would be super cool.
Little over to the top though. I'm having fun with it. You know what's interesting? At the end of the day, this might look a little extravagant, but I've been trying to keep this project to less than $500. And I think I'm gonna make it. That's from start to finish, from foundation to the burners and everything, $500. If I go over, it might be just by, like 10, 20%. But as far as budget builds go, that's phenomenal.
There's a tape thing.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
This is where the sink is gonna go.
Yes.
So then we're not pouring concrete on this part, right?
Correct.
So you're gonna block that off?
I'm trying to figure that out as I go.
Okay. Because
One thing at a time.
we need the countertop over here.
Yep.
So you have to make it thin.
Yep.
And then we need some way to...
Yep.
Okay. Whew. Right here?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I do it at an angle?
Yeah. I almost forgot that we left this cell empty to put in an outlet. So we need to do that immediately because once we pour the concrete, that cell is going to fill up and then we can't do it anymore. And then as I was just hammering this, this whole block came completely loose.
A little bit loose over there.
Which is not ideal because this is the support for the entire corner of this countertop. I'll probably just mix up some cement and, you know, just lather it up the side. On this edge, I made a mistake, so I had to use a really thin block, and I think that because it was so thin, but again, definitely user error. Any problems here are user error because I've never done any of this before. There we go. Okay. And that's it, right? An outlet here, I've got a light switch there, outlet there, nothing else.
I think that's all we need.
Okay, cool. Oh!
What?
My brain's not working.
Because
I was
you need
like,
to
I
have
have
the
to cut a hole.
countertop first.
I was thinking I had to cut a hole in this. No, you have to do the inverse. You have to nail into this boards that fill the void. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. So really quick, allow me to take a brief minute to tell you about today's video sponsor, Delete Me, and to remind you guys about the importance of protecting your personal data online. We've been using Delete Me for nearly 2 years now. They're the privacy experts that we entrust to gather information that's been leaked around the internet and to go out and have it removed. If you're getting those annoying spam phone calls or those phishing emails, it might be because your information has been packaged up and sold around. There are data brokers that their sole responsibility is collecting your personal information, packaging it up, and then selling it off to the highest bidder, whether that's advertisers or even scammers. But when you sign up for Delete Me, within 7 days, you'll get a privacy report showing where all of your information is left public, and then they'll go out and have that information removed. Our first report was a little bit shocking how much information was out there, but then with each new quarterly report, that information is getting less and less, and they're constantly scouring the internet to see if new information pops up, and if it does, they also have that removed. The internet is not exactly the safe place that it used to be, but with Delete Me, things can become just a little bit safer. If you're ready to also join Delete Me, you can go to joindeleteme.com/Voyagers to get 20% off, or by scanning this QR code, or you can simply enter the coupon code Voyagers at checkout. But with that, thank you so much to Delete Me for sponsoring today's video.
It is so cool to see this kitchen coming together. Our vision for this outdoor space is to be able to host people out here. We're going to have a big dining room table out here, and obviously we have the beautiful fireplace and the view. So this is going to be one of our main areas that we want to have people over, have a nice dinner, have a coffee, and it's going to be beautiful.
Heather talking about hosting people is true, and it's causing us to think. That's really the vision. Yeah. Massive dining room table, everyone kind of hanging out around the kitchen here, enjoying the view, having a cup of coffee, and cooking. Should we put an overhang for like bar stools here?
Just think about it. Like, you got the coffee going, you're sitting here looking at the view. You can even eat your meal here if it's just like a couple people.
You're not talking about a big difference. You just need to overhang by 1 foot.
I think it would be nice. Is it too much extra work?
Not really. Like, you're talking about like an extra hour of work. But then we have to build chairs.
We need chairs for inside too.
It's my first time doing a concrete countertop. Doing an overhang.
Make it float.
Make it float.
Alright, coffee snack break.
Oh, thank you. What do you think?
Oh, I love it.
I think it was definitely the right decision.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Practice with your coffee and your snack.
I feel spoiled.
You're spoiled.
Hey, we spoil each other.
We do spoil each other.
this your first time screwing things in?
No.
No? You've used the screw gun before?
Not this one specifically, but...
You've used the nail gun before, but have you used the screw gun? Alright, so give this a go here. Remember, you have to push in as you... Nice! You're a professional.
I know.
Alright, go for it. Nice, good job. Nice. And right,
This
yeah,
or
right.
the board?
That guy. Yep. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be less bad. Oh yeah. All right. So let's get this guy halfway in between, like so. Yep. Did I miss? Hopefully now you can start to get an idea of what we have going on here. This space we're leaving empty to plop in a sink later on that I think I'm going to make out of either concrete or stone. And then this guy right here, that's all the supports for the new idea for the overhang. And then we've managed to build up the sides to actually hold in the concrete, and I guess I still need to place the boards over there. But things are coming along quickly, and we're hoping to pour concrete tomorrow morning. Well, I'm super pleased with how this is turning out. I think it fits perfectly within the space here. I love the fact that we added in the overhang last minute. I think that's gonna be really nice. Just to be able to come and sit at a bar stool height, sit here, have a cup of coffee while someone else is cooking or we're barbecuing. Again, I just look forward to being able to host people properly here, large groups even. And to be able to have extra space, it was a good decision to add that in. There's gonna be a lot of cracks and holes. I'll mix up a thicker concrete and smear that over it just to seal in all of the cracks, because I do plan to pour it a little bit runny and vibrate that concrete in, and I don't want it dripping down the walls. But that can all be a job for tomorrow, as I worked a little bit too late tonight. So we'll pick up tomorrow morning. So once again, we're getting a very late start to the day, as you can hear the noon bells behind me. I've been trying to bring up the supplies that we need today, and I've been having issues all day. So I have like 700 pounds of materials to bring up, and my motorized wheelbarrow died right here after I unloaded everything into it. I've been working on trying to fix it, and it's beyond what I can do, so I'm trying to get a mechanic to come up. So then I switched to the manual wheelbarrow, but turns out this one, after probably 20 years of use, because this was left here for us when we bought the house, it's finally dead. There's rusted holes throughout all of it. The tire and the axle are bent so much that the wheel rubs on the bottom of the frame. The tire itself is slashed open. I've been trying to drag it up the hill like this with no luck. So finally I went and I bought a new wheelbarrow. It's about time. But I bought this guy locally, and I thought I'd tell you a little bit about how buying supplies locally works, because our local supply shop where you can buy all of your cement and aggregate. It's not your traditional store. It's an apartment building. So you pull up, you yell up to someone's window. They always leave their window open. You just yell and say, I'm here to buy stuff. And they come down and they keep all of their supplies in the parking lot. You grab what you need. You ask them the price because there's no prices listed anywhere. And today, as with most days, it was the son who doesn't really know the prices. The father was out doing other business. And so he didn't know what the price was, but he said just take it and come back and pay later. And that's typically how it goes. Anytime I buy anything, you never pay for it. Usually they just write it down on a sticky note and you come back in about a month's time and pay for it. Everything's done on credit, which is so bizarre and a little complicated for me because as I'm talking about this, I'm realizing that I still haven't paid for our lumber yet. It's been nearly a month and a half, 2 months, but that's normal. You finish your project first, and then you go back and pay for it. They want to make sure you're happy with everything. Nasty thick.
So our first order of business is actually sealing up some of these cracks in here. We're going to use this pure cement and water to seal these cracks so that none of the cement will fall through and ruin what's underneath. And obviously we want everything to stay up here for the countertop. There's a bug on the lens.
Go away, bug. So all of the outside edges I'm sealing up with caulk, not to prevent anything from seeping through. I'm not really worried about that, but just to give it a rounded edge. Otherwise that bottom edge, which I'm not going to be able to get to for, I don't even know, at least a week. I don't want it to have a sharp edge or worst case scenario, even dripping down in there and having, an extra sharp edge. It's also a good opportunity to reuse any of the half-used bottles of caulk from caulking in the bathroom or around trim. Got a whole box. Everything, we never throw anything away. Everything you save and gets reused. So a lot of materials here we're reusing for this kitchen.
What did you do?
I made a mistake. I didn't grab silicone, I grabbed tar.
Oh no.
So I got a little bit on my fingers, I was trying to clean it off in the wash and it just gets all over. It's like,
oh no.
It's meant for like roofing work and stuff. Problems of working in a foreign language, I guess.
I guess. What are you gonna do?
Clean it. Obviously some of these I'll need to cut, or a lot of them I'll have to cut. So,
you want to swap that one that's for one that's shorter, or?
No, I'm going to start, they're all the same length.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to start cutting them, and you'll start tying them.
Okay.
Kind of regretting not putting up the sunshade again.
I know. Yesterday was so nice, and today is back to hot.
This morning was beautiful. I just wasted the day trying to fix the wheel barrel, and now we're working in the heat of the sun. These are not the right things to use for spacers, but they'll work because they're the right size. Usually use a square chunk of cement that then has ties in it to raise up the rebar, but I couldn't find them in the store today. So I just grabbed this like plastic little things and rises it up exactly 2 centimeters because I want 2 centimeters of coverage beneath the rebar and at least 2 centimeters above it. All right, so I believe all that's left is to place these boards. These are cut out in the exact dimensions that the cooktop is going to be. Obviously, it's a lot easier to place these here rather than having to cut the hole later on. This just obviously keeps concrete out of it. And then we'll naturally have a hole for the cooktop. I think we're ready. All right. Why does it always take so much more concrete than I think?
I don't know. I know it doesn't look like it's very much, but whew, it disappears.
I mixed it as thick as I could, but it means that we don't have as much dry time.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little stressed about the lack of working time. When you add more cement, it just dries so much faster. But I wanted the extra cement just to make things extra strong. And then the reason it looks so dark right now is because we've added colorant to it. I'm also a little nervous that we're gonna run out of colorant. I think it's gonna be okay. As I look around, we just need to do like a 3/4 mix next time. So I think we'll be okay.
Now that we are getting the concrete poured in here, I feel like it's really coming together. Like we're really seeing how it's going to look with the dark countertops, the light bottom. It's gonna be so nice.
We should have kept the tarp up. It's setting up so fast. We'll probably want to mist it and just come back a couple of times tonight misting it, at least until the sun goes down. All right, so now I feel a lot better. Everyone says to use a palm sander to vibrate it out, but while I was making the barbecue area, it just wasn't vibrating out the air pockets. You want to release all of the air pockets, even have a little bit of the aggregate settle just a little bit so that you can skim the top better. But this guy, the hammer drill, that's what you want. I just have it on the hammer function, so it's not drilling anything. That makes a big difference. So I don't usually use bagged sand. We usually deliver the sand with the tractor, but the sand that we had delivered is super fine and it's too fine to do structural work like this. So rather than call him and have another tractor load of proper sand delivered, I just bought it in bags. It also gives me the opportunity to make sure that my mix ratio is just spot on. Man, outside of rapid cement, I've never worked with a batch that's setting this fast. Combination of the extra cement and the weather, it's so hot. Man, this is like dry, the first batch. Put a hole in the...
Careful!
See, it's coming out now.
Oh no!
I can't screed properly because this board is just ever so slightly too tall. But I kind of still need it to be in there. So there's way more aggregate in this mix than you normally would have for a concrete countertop. The reason why is because I just really wanted to be super confident that it was structural. And I also found that when I was doing the walls, if I mixed a really weak mixture with a 1-to-1 mixture of cement versus super refined washed sand, I could get a really polished look.
I have somewhat successfully made my first loaf of sourdough bread. I say somewhat because, well, we haven't eaten it yet. It looks pretty, but I made some chicken soup for dinner tonight, so I thought it would be a really nice pairing with our first loaf of sourdough bread. I have tomorrow's loaf already waiting to be baked, and I'm hoping that it tastes good. Definitely seems a bit chewy. That's what it feels like when I cut it, but I'm excited to see how it's gonna taste. Let's see. That's pretty good. I think that's a success. What do you think?
I love it.
So it's actually been 5 days since I put up these forms and poured the concrete. And that's because as I was finishing up the concrete, I got so sick. I don't know if it was heat exhaustion or the flu or a mix, but I went to bed at 6 p.m. and didn't wake up and get out of bed until 1 p.m. the next day, which was terrifying. I've never been that sick. I basically just stayed in bed for the first 3 or 4 days. I'm back to, I'd say, 65%. But I think my body just needed a little bit of rest. Come on. All right, so I think I made a mistake with these boards that are supporting underneath here. I probably should have cut them all in sections so that they could come out easier, but here is the finished result. This is obviously for the cooktop, and even though this is such a thin spot right here, it's holding on quite well. In fact, the whole thing holds up really well, holds my weight just fine. So even with this, what is it, like a 1.5 foot overhang, it fully holds my weight, and this is only about, what is it, 5 or 6 days of curing. I think I'm gonna leave these support boards here to dry another week or two, because since I've been hosing it down and allowing things to slowly cure, those boards have soaken up all of the moisture, all of the water, and they've really swollen up and I can't really seem to get them out. So we'll leave them there for now. I think I just have a couple more days to completely finish this outdoor kitchen, but I think I'm gonna take a break and work in the shade on our next project. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.